For many centuries, people have not just survived, but have lived in what looks to be an inhospitable environment. With an inventive cultural system that is built on the flexibility of movement, knowledge of the environment, and sharing of resources, Somalis have managed to thrive where others would not be able to survive. The Somali Regional State of Ethiopia is one of 9 regional states that makes up Ethiopia. The Somali region is the largest of Ethiopia's pastoral regions, with a population of 4.5 million, of which 86% are living in rural areas. City Zone is the most northern part of the Somali Regional State of Ethiopia, bordering Djibouti and the Afar region. Livestock dominates the main livelihood activities, though there are some agro-pastoralists, pure farmers, and a small urban population. In this area, a slow emergency is currently unfolding. People in the Somali region are dependent on 2 rainfalls each year. In order to continue their regular lifestyles, it is vital that the rains come on time and are heavy enough to revive the pasture lands. In City Zone, the last normal rain fell in September 2014. That was 16 months ago. After minimal rain last year, the rains failed again this September. Natural resource, social and economic hazards are affecting the local community's livelihoods. Drought disasters, owing to erratic rainfall pattern in this region, ranks the first among all hazards in terms of economic losses that affect animal production in particular. The devastating effects are visible everywhere. A few cattle and sheep, who are grazers, have been kept alive by hand feeding, but throughout the zone there are major losses. Camels have migrated to find better pasture, restricting access to most people's main source of nutrition, camel milk. More and more people are now without any animals, which is their only source of income and food. As water wells have dried up too, people have been compelled to make the difficult decision to migrate out of the normal area and are internally displaced. The migration patterns are increasing the pressure on water resources and basic services in those areas, and these pressures are leading to conflict, forcing people to search for resources further and further away. Aged and Children Pastoralists Association, or ACPA, has been working in the Somali zone for 5 years. We have been building and recovering 54 wash structures, from pit latrines to burkas, altogether an important part of the water structure in this region.
So this burka was built in June, and because of the drought there's no water in it. Normally this burka would capture water as soon as it rains. The water is directed into the burka, which is the size of a small swimming pool. At the moment there's no water.
We are supporting pastoralist livelihoods through market-based approaches and finding alternative livelihoods for those who can no longer live a pastoralist life.
Our life is dependent upon rain, but if there is no rain, there will not be life, because of mostly these are pastoralist people.
We also support pastoralists through the Camel Milk Value Chain Development Project, where we improve the quality of the milk and trade system. Because camel milk is highly nutritious, it's an important part of the staple diet of pastoralists and has proven to be effective in overcoming starvation in the region. The livelihood projects are ongoing, but as livestock herds decline and alternative livelihoods are under pressure, more needs to be done to spare this people from further suffering and starvation. Although dry times are nothing new, an unprecedented drought has already had devastating consequences for the area and its people. Many have told us that the safety nets that they have are running out, and that increasingly people now wonder where and how they will get their next meal. In order to make sure that this slow emergency does not turn into a disaster, we must act now. Please allow us to continue our support to the most vulnerable in this zone, to not only prevent starvation, but to further invest in the lives of the next generation whose very existence is at risk.